So what do you do when you don't want to recover? Or you don't know if you want to recover? Or you don't think you want to recover? This was a question I was sent and it stumped me, I'll be honest. I felt like I had to think back to the time when I didn't want to recover. And there was a time when that was the reality. There were also times in my recovery journey where those thoughts would bubble to the surface and my motivation, as was regularly the case, was long gone, but actually sometimes it would just feel really hard, like a proper uphill slog. And I'd just think, do I still want to do this? Is this worth it? Is this really? It's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of emotion, it's a lot of struggle, But the reality is, I did want to get better. I did want to be free. I didn't want to get to the end of my life, whenever that would be, and actually, healthy, eating disorder-free me wants that to be as far into the distance as possible. I want to live the longest, fullest life I can. And even in those moments where I thought, I don't know if I want to do this, deep down, I knew I did. Deep down. Now, recovery from eating disorders can be hard. And this kind of topic, or how often it gets posed as, how do I help someone recover when they don't want to? And that's often from loved ones. It's from parents, it's from siblings, it's from partners, it's from friends. How do you make someone recover if they don't want to? And the reality is, yes, there are interventions in place to help someone out of critical places. There are those there, but you have to want to do it yourself. That person, if you are the friend, the sibling, the partner, the parent, that person has to want to do it for themselves in their own world. They have to. The struggle, the battle is so significant, the fear is so huge, that push, that wanting, it has to come from within. It has to. Now, if you're the person that's watching this and you're thinking, but I don't want to be better. Okay. I can't have conversations with eating disorders. Eating disorders are absolutely relentless. They are dogmatic in their approach to what they do. That thinking, that zone you get into when you're in your eating disorder, there is no, what was that phrase? There's no wood for the trees. You know what I mean? There's no getting through. I could do all of the psychological education, all of the scaremongering, all of that kind of stuff, all of the talking about how great my life is now that I'm recovered. I could do all of that, but it's not going to mean anything to you when you're the person living in your brain, in your body, thinking, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't think I want to do it. I maybe don't want to do it. Whatever shade of that it is, it's the same kind of thing. But what I would ask you to do is to really, really search for even the tiniest little glimmer of you that does want to be better. And I mean glimmer. Right now, depending on where you're at, that could be the faintest flicker. It could be that little bit right before a spark even happens. It could be the tiniest little bit. But there's something about you that has a plan, has a dream, has a goal, has a vision beyond the restriction, the disorder, and the inevitable path that is going to lead you on. Something. It can be anything at all. But I'd ask you to really be 100% brutally honest with yourself and really pose that question to yourself. Is there anything that I can envisage in my future that actually my eating disorder path is taking me away from? What is it? And it can be anything at all. It could be that one day you'd like to have your own family. It could be one day that you'd really like to go to a certain country in the world. It could be one day that you really would like to own your own dog or your own cat, or you'd like to set up your own hedgehog rehoming centre. It could be anything at all. But what I want you to do is grab onto that glimmer, that ember, that spark, tight as you can and run with it. And what I mean by that is use that as the fire to propel you forwards into your recovery. That little thing is you. That's the you that behind this disorder wants something more, something bigger, something more free, something happier, something different, something that isn't that very clear trajectory that your eating disorder has got set for you, where your today will be just like your tomorrow, and the tomorrow will be just the same, and you will live the rest of your life engaging in those same disordered, restrictive behaviours, and you will either take a very fast downhill or you'll just bob along existing forever. I want you to grab on to that part of you, that little bit, that goal, that dream, that vision. Grab it, hold it. That's you. It's not your eating disorder, that's you. And if you can sense within yourself anything at all, if you can sense that glimmer, if you can sense a part of you, no matter how small, that doesn't want to just live the rest of your life with an eating disorder, take it and run with it. Grab it. Hold on to it with every ounce of your being, with every fibre of your strength. Even in the chaos, even in the darkness, and even if right now it doesn't result in any motion forwards, hold on to it. Because actually, a powerful motivator for recovery is the discomfort you start to feel when you own the fact that a bit of you doesn't actually want to follow the course that your eating disorder is on. That that uncomfortable feeling of knowing that somewhere, somehow, something says inside you, this isn't all. This isn't all I want to be. This isn't the life I want to live. This isn't everything. Maybe it could be different. Maybe something could change. Maybe there is hope. So if you are in that place where you think, I don't even think I want to recover, or I'm not sure if I want to recover, I'd ask you to do the following. Be really honest with yourself and search for that little spark, that little ember, that little part of you that's future, the goal, something that isn't aligned with your eating disorder. Something that you might lose if you do continue to engage in your eating disorder. Something that will be impossible, something that will just never happen. And something that actually the concept of that thing never happening, it makes you sad. It hits a raw note. Seek that out. And if you find it, grab it. And either use it right here, right now to take action, rebellious action against your eating disorder to propel you into your recovery. Or, if you're not there yet, just create space for it. Let it in. Hold it. Let it be a source of discomfort, something which makes engaging in your eating disorder just feel that bit uncomfortable. That thing that just makes you think, actually, maybe I do want to recover.